to this one. All right, so today we're going to go over the Keltner channel and how to find stocks to trade that which are outside of the Keltner channel. For those who don't know, we use the Keltner channel to find plays that are quite extended, either to the bottom or to the top, and are highly probability that has a high probability of returning back to the median, which is pretty much the 20 EMA. All right, so I can even take off my EMAs right now. And what we're looking for is stocks that are outside the Keltner channel, either to the top or the bottom, and looking for that reversal back to the median. Now, if you're in the uptrend, we're probably looking for it to go as far up as we can. But when they're on the outside, we're looking for them to pop back in. As you can see back here, when they come out, they try to come back in. Every time they come outside those lines, those Keltner channel lines, they try to come back to the median. And almost every time. So by seeing that, you can't predict it, but you can have it's a good idea to start working your way back towards the middle. And if you can catch plays that way, you can make some nice change. So what I found is how to build a screener to find stocks that are either outside to the bottom or outside to the top. And that's what we're going to go over right now. So on TradingView, we can use TradingView screener because most of us are using TradingView. I'll go to the stock screener. I don't need that. Let's go to the stock screener here. And then here's where you can apply your filters to find what you're looking for. So they call me Screener Steve because I like to build screeners based on the strategies that I like to use. So for this one here, what I'm looking for, we're going to do the symbol type, all the symbols, all the common stocks, depository ETFs. And I want stocks because I do options, and you can use this for futures as well, or crypto. But we're going to go over with options. And what we want to see is stocks that average at least a million shares traded, over the 90 days. Well, I usually say per day, but then what we're going to do, make sure the exchange is fine. My average true range, the exchange, you want to have all of them on here. The average true range, I want to be above $2 per day because we need stocks that move. And stocks that move at least $2 per day, we should be able to get some nice movements in the option contracts. And what I would like to do, matter of fact, I'm going to take off this one for this play, the exponential moving averages 50 above the 100. Now that there is a whole nother strategy where we can add these Keltner channels to, but I'm going to do one for just the Keltner channel. So I'm going to take that off, and I'm going to take off my stochastic. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the Keltner channel on. And this is what we're going to do. What we're looking for right now is we're going to look for the Keltner channel that's below, well, price is actually below those lower bands of the Keltner channel, which would indicate that sooner than later, especially if that there are a level of maybe support, resistance, a demand zone, that would be great as well to add confirmation to the play. But we want to look for stocks that are outside of the Keltner channel on a lower band that might go back up soon. So what I want to see is I'm gonna just show it to you from scratch. I'm gonna turn it off, and then I'm gonna hit search filter here. I'm gonna type in Keltner. Okay, so you see they have the Keltner channel band, lower band, and then over here they have the higher band. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the lower band first, right? Because those are the stocks that we want to see. So I want the Keltner channel lower band above the value of price. And what you'll see here is it populated 31 matches for me on a daily chart. So what this does is we're going to go through some of them now and see what we get. Everybody understand how I built the filter, how we got that filter? It's very simple, very, very simple. But if you have any questions, please.
Hey Steve, I apologize to drag the group back from the very beginning. When I open up my trading view
Yeah.
and I click on stock, like if you take that, if you wouldn't mind just taking that down
Okay.
or minimizing it, I don't know. And so if I just have my chart up, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I click on in the lower left-hand corner, I click on stock screener.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, panel pops up. I see a bunch of stocks like you do right now. What did you click on next to get the filter to pop up?
You should have an adjust filter here to the right-hand side.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you.
No problem. And when you have that, Hold on 1 second, guys.
I completely missed that.
All right, so I'm resuming. There we go. I had to pause that for a second. So yeah, the adjust the filters here, which is fine. So does that look good now for you, Kev?
Okay,
What you
so you under symbol type.
under symbol type? Did you find the filters
I
on?
found the filters. I'm looking at symbol type, primary listing, submarket index. I'm not seeing average volume.
Right, those you'll actually type in. So these are a filter that if I had it from, let's do reset all. Let's do reset all. Reset all. And it's gonna, you see how you have everything here, right? You have to build it. So you have to say, well, what do I want? What do I need in my for my stocks, for what I'm looking for my trading strategy? What do I need? What is the basis that I need, right? So the symbol type can be any, right? Or if you want to say ETFs or so like what we did common stocks, depository receipts. I don't care what depository receipts, ETFs. Or you can start with any and see what it gives you, and then start closing in if you
Okay,
want to.
okay,
When I hit any, let me see what it gave me. It left me at any, but common stock, ETFs. I don't care what preferred stock is fine. Real estate trust is fine, and that's fine. That's good enough for me. My average volume over the 90 days, I need, let's just put a million to 50 million. No, more than 50, greater than 50 million. What else I need? I need that average true range, like how I have here. So I would type in average true range over 14 days. I need that above $2 a day. What else I need? I need that Keltner channel to be above price for this particular strategy. I'm trying to think of anything else I need. The exchanges. Um, I love you, everybody. See y'all later. That's my family. See, my family leaving. They leaving me for a little bit. So most of them. All right, cool. So I think that's all I need for right now. Let's see what we get. I got 34 matches, right? So we can close this for right now. We have those 4 filters, and I'm gonna save that. I'm gonna show. Matter of fact, let me show you how to save that right now. The battery has to be charged. So you see what I have the Chuck Hughes buys. That's another strategy. Now we're at the top. It says save screens as. That's what I'm gonna click on that, and I'm going to say below Keltner channel. That's just below Keltner. And then I'm going to save that. Cool. So now I got a new one, and we're going to go through these, and we're going to see if each one of these are below the Keltner channel. And hopefully I didn't mess it up too much. So we're going to go to ALB. And as you can see, ALB is below the Keltner channel. I look to the left. I see a nice area where it popped up before, a nice pivot here. Then we got another low. So we can mark those levels off and use those as support and say, okay, are they going to come down here and then pop back up? Because I still, even though they're outside the Keltner channel, I know it's going to come back in eventually, just like it did here. It did here, it did here, but I want to start to see it turn around. Once it starts to turn around, then I'll take the play. Let's go to BG. Let's see if BG's outside the Keltner channel. All right, so these things seem to be working. Okay. Bill. All right. Oh, wow. Wow. If anybody would have caught that top when it was outside the Keltner channel to the top and caught that on earnings, that was a big play. CF is outside. Let's see, Clorox. Clorox is outside. The Keltner channel has a support area here. This is a play that you might want to look into. Oh, Crocs. Let's see what Crocs looking like. Crocs is outside. They got earnings soon. It just swept a low. So can it go lower? Of course. These are not guaranteed to go up immediately, but it's things that you want to look at. And then when you come to your strategies, when you start to see it turn around, you can hop back in at least to get the retracement, if not a reversal, because this can end up being some kind of W pattern or something. We don't know. But all I wanted to make sure that these gives me some ideas of some stocks that are outside the Keltner channel that should turn around and come back inside soon, sooner than later. And now I got quite a few matches. DHI, okay. And these things have been dropping too. Wow. This is pretty good. Anybody got any questions on this? Because I'm gonna go ahead and build the one on the upper side and see if we have anything on the upper side. Okay, so y'all all got it. See, all of these are outside the Keltner channel. And I don't mean just buy it and hope it goes up tomorrow. It just gives you an idea of the situation, and it may be quite extended. Look at this one, FMC Corporation. I don't know what it is, but it's going down hard.
Brother Steve,
Yes, sir.
I just joined on, so I see you got a screener going on. What
Oh,
you
hey,
got from
Rod.
the Keltner?
Oh yeah. So I found out how to build it. It's very simple. I could tell you in 10 seconds. I do have it recorded, but I'm gonna tell you again because you're one of my good friends. I'm gonna tell you. So I created the filter. You know how I create the filters, and the Keltner channel. We want the Keltner channel, the lower band, above the value of price because it's gonna look like this, and it might say below initially, right? So what we'll do is we'll change the below because we want the Keltner channel above the value of price. So that puts price outside of the Keltner channel to the bottom. And then we're gonna scroll through and look at things. That's how I call PayPal. How I call PayPal yesterday. SJ took it and was making 50% within no time.
Got it.
Now I'm gonna go ahead and make. I'm looking at these. I'm like, okay, cool. Because we like to see things bottom out. I want to see things at some nice support levels. Like this one right here is pretty good right here, right? I want to see how it reacts. Now, of course, I got to go look at my option chain and see if it makes sense. This one had a nice gap down. So are we going to go back and test retrace some of this gap? Who knows? But it should be quite extended.
The peacock sighted.
All right, stars. I see UPS on this list. So these may be some nice extended plays that's ready to, when the banks start buying them up, you want to be a part of that. That's when they say buy low, sell high, or as high as you can. All right, so it makes sense to everybody? Cool. Let's go over and let's go build another one. So all I'm gonna do is go to the filter. I'm gonna leave everything else the same. I just want to, matter of fact, I'm gonna close that and then type in Keltner channel again because I want the one with the higher band. So the higher band, I want it to be below the value of price, right? So now I got the four. I got four. Okay, good. And that gave me 59 tickers. So now I got 59 stocks that I can look at. JP Morgan is one of them. Look at that. Now this has been right in the Keltner channel. This would have been a part where I probably would have took it to come down. Probably would have made a quick little couple of dollars as it was coming down on the daily, and then they think this riding is riding up, but it's getting extended. So use your other technical analysis. If you do use indicators, if you see something else like a stochastic saying that is overbought, start to look for it. Start to look for it to come to turn over sooner than later. Because it's gonna happen. It has to come outside that Keltner channel. I use things like I look like my standard deviation to see where it's at on the standard deviation level, to see if it's anywhere near standard deviation 2 or 3, which also gives me an extended range. And as I said, boom, it's at my standard deviation 2, which gives me an 80 something% chance that it's going to turn around. We've already had earnings, so there's going to be no catalyst right now that's going to really have me really push it up heavy. So I'm going to start looking at this and wait for it to show me some signals on the lower time frames that I want to go down. So I can even leave the standard deviation and add it as another confirmation. Yes, I'm able to add another indicator if I wanted to, like the stochastic. I could add stochastic and it being at a certain level, which will decrease the amount of stocks that I have to look at, which is a good thing, but it'll put the probabilities more in my favor. So you could say, yeah, I want this to add up and I want the situation to be the stochastic is overbought, the Keltner channel is this, the price on my standard deviation is at level 2. I only want to see stocks that got all 3 of these things in place. So you definitely can add more things to it. Look at this one, like AEM. It's beautiful. It's been on a beautiful run up. It might be time for this to start to turn around. Now, I don't know if it's at my Keltner on my standard deviation of the level 3, but I want to take a look and see how far is it. Wow. This is giving me a 90 something% chance. So we do have earnings coming up soon on AEM, February 13th. But same thing. I'm gonna be looking for something to indicate maybe it pivots. Once it starts pivoting, then I can maybe start looking for a play to the downside. But these are for reversals, guys. So the trend is your friend, but it has to betray sometime. And if you can take advantage of it, great. This is one of the ways that you can find to take advantage of it. A firm is on my list. A firm is going, and it look like it just broke these highs. So this may still go. This may just ride the Keltner channel, but it's outside. Wait, and we had earnings. That's why. Wait and see what it does when it starts to turn back around. Check your lower time frames. Once it starts to give you some form of information that shows you that you use your strategies, whatever strategies you have for reversals. Here go another one. AJG outside the Keltner channel. And this is like I just paired it with my standard deviations, and it's giving me a standard deviation of 3, which is highly likely to turn around sooner than later. The setting on Stoke, is that the one you use? Yeah, I use a stochastic when I'm looking for overbought or oversold situations, possible situations. Nothing is guaranteed. It could be also momentum, but I use it on the overbought over 80 and oversold under 20. And that was on the first pick, yeah. And I can show you that as well. But this here, like see, outside the Keltner channel, once it started to pivot down, nice play down. Like this, when it starts to work, when it works, it works. Nothing works 100% of the time, but I'll take the 85, 90% of the time. I'm good with that, or 70% of the time. I'm fine with it. Alaska Air Group. This one is riding the Keltner channel pretty good. This has been nicely moving. See, look, this back when I charted it, it was here. It's been moving. But as you can see, it's not way up here in my standard deviation 3. And I can have it set for stuff with standard deviation. Matter of fact, I wonder if I could put that in my screener to only give me stuff that's a standard deviation 2 or 3, which will add to my instincts of it maybe going back down. BJ's. Let me see what BJ's is at. Oh, all right. See, BJ's is already in play to trying to work its way back in here, maybe fill some of this fair value gap a little bit, at least go to it. And that's at once a $3 move. This is something that we would be looking at more so for the today, you know. But when you see stocks and compare them to your option chain and make sure your options have a tight spread from your buy and your sell on your option chain, you know, it's within your price range, or you can do debit spreads on those as well, or credit spreads. You see things outside the money. I mean, not outside the money. You see things outside the Keltner channel. You can put a credit spread above here as high as expect it to turn around soon, and that way data starting to eat away, and you get the price direction in the opposite. This is one of those plays where you could be like, all right, we outside the Keltner channel. I could throw a credit spread here. Outside, I could throw a credit spread here, a call credit spread. I could have threw one here, could have threw one here for a week or so. Now you don't have to worry about PDT. You know, same thing here, same thing here. You know, it's going to stall or it's going to turn around. When it got to the bottom, you could do a put credit spread here, put credit spread here. Now this one, you got 2 days in good. You could have made, you still would have been profitable. I'm giving away the game, y'all. I shouldn't even be telling y'all all this stuff. This one here, maybe something. See this candle right here? Maybe something going on good here. It closed above the previous candle's high. Maybe it's like I said, start to look at your lower time frame, see what's happening. CME group poked his head out into this fair value gap here. Oh no, no, we got above that. Got into this candle. Maybe we get a day or two coming back down. It's all possible. Oh, Costco. Costco look like it's about ready. This is an indecision candle. This is what we call a nice doji candle. Then we pivoted here. This may be one that's about ready to come back down for just a little bit. This is a play. I'm gonna be looking at Costco heavy. So you know, you start to see these things and then you write them down, go see what your option chain look like. And when you're ready, you take the play. You can take an end of the day play, set it out for maybe a week, and see what happens. CrowdStrike is on here. That one just got outside the Keltner channel. Nice candle, almost doji-ish candle. We at what standard deviation 2. Let's see what happens. Let's see if we get a pivot back down. Carvana. Carvana's been on a nice trend. Look to your left. Are we at some resistance area? We at a resistance area right here. Let's see what happens. You know, see if it pivots, start to work its way back down. You can take plays. DoorDash has earnings coming up. DoorDash has on Tuesday. So be careful with that because it's going to have a high implied volatility, which means that the option contracts are going to be inflated and really, really, really expensive. So you might want to be careful on that particular one right there. Oh, man. Imagine somebody would have caught this dox to the upside. Wow. This one looks like it's about to start riding the Keltner channel and pushing. I wouldn't jump in a big green candle, solid green candle like that. I wouldn't be reversing that now. Not just yet. Expedia just had earnings, and that one took off. You see what happened? It was outside that Keltner channel. I mean, not outside. It was outside the Keltner channel, but also below my standard deviation, and it worked its way right back up. That was a nice play. Okay, cool. This FI, I don't even know where most of these stocks are. I ain't gonna sit here and lie to y'all, but all I do know, I'm looking to the left and we just draw a line here. We broke that there, so we're outside the Keltner channel. So I'm going to be looking. What I would normally be looking for is a retest. Nice, that's a nice move. I want to see this come back, retest this before it push up again. But can I live on a little something on the retest? I sure could. If the option prices are okay, like I said, this is the first part. Looking at this and then checking your option chain, make sure it makes sense for you. This one right here, I like this one too. I want to see what happens with this one. GE Aerospace. Here we go. This is giving me a vibe that it wants to come back down. I like it. I like it. We couldn't hold above the previous candle. We had a standard deviation too. I would like to see this come back down. That's GE. GLD is on the move. See, this one would have got me. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, because I would have seen this pivot. I would have been looking for this to come back in right there, but boom, it popped back up. We can't. It ain't gonna happen perfectly every time. That I can promise you. Because that would have been a nice play to come back down. It'd have been good for a part of the day yesterday. Not yesterday, but Thursday on here. But Friday, it popped right back up. Gold is on the move. Goldman Sachs. Let's see what Goldman Sachs saying. Goldman Sachs outside the Keltner channel. Couldn't close above previous day. Okay. I would have loved to see it in this in a higher standard deviation. So this is normal movement, but it's outside. So let's see what happens. Oh, this one looks ready. GWRE. That one, that's a strong right candle right there. Nice pivot coming over. Look like that wants to come back in as well. Oh, Hims. I see these commercials all the time. You guys have seen them commercials?
Yep.
I see these commercials all the time. Look at that long wick right there. It was really bullish, but they got some sellers up here that pushed it back down, so they couldn't close as high as they would have liked. Is this all-time highs? Maybe.
I think so.
Okay. So it's time to go look at it's time to go look at the option chain, see what it look like, see if it makes sense, and see when we start to see something that tells us that it might start to turn over, you can jump on in. Hilton Worldwide. It just had earnings. You just gotta be very careful around earnings. We in the hood, we got the hood. The hood's been pushing up. It's outside the Keltner channel. It's at one of my standard deviations. This one, I ain't gonna lie, I like it could go higher. But we'll see. Interactive brokers. Some of us use interactive brokers. I don't personally, but some of us like interactive brokers outside the Keltner channel. Let's see if it's gonna come back and do a little thing. Wow, I like this one too. ICE, Intercontinental Exchange. You guys liking this though? Y'all see some possible opportunities?
Like it.
Cool. Well, I don't want to stay on here too long with this. I'm gonna stop the recording. For those on YouTube, I do have other screeners that I like to present, and I'm probably gonna do those for you guys as well, and show you how I build my screeners that can give you some good possible opportunities to whatever strategies that you like. I build them around my strategies that worked for me, so I'll get them to y'all too. All right, so you guys have a great day. Hit subscribe, hit like, so I can build some more stuff and build this community of traders who are passionate about the game, who love trading and trading ideas. So, subscribe to Trade Ideas with Screen and Steve, and I'll talk to y'all later.
Hey, thanks, Steve.
Oh, no problem.
When you gonna post it?
Thanks, Steve.